Our fifth classic theory of religion is by the great German scholar Maximilian Karl Emil Weber. Max Weber was a German intellectual who was trained in law and economics, and he ended up playing a crucial role in the founding of modern sociology. Like Marx and others, he was determined to explain religion in secular, societal terms. But he thought that religion had, as it were, a life of its own. He thought that the ideas and the worldviews of religions do influence the course of human history. Perhaps his most famous and most discussed work is called The Protestant Ethic and the Spirit of Capitalism. In this, he tries to explain how Protestant Christianity, and even the beliefs and experiences therein, influenced the rise and evolution of capitalism as an economic system. Max Weber thought that religious virtuosos were important to understanding religion. He thought they were ideal types of different ways of life. He distinguished priests or religious leaders from mystics, people who have unusual religious experiences, from ascetics, people who deprive themselves of normal human comforts and enjoyments, prophets, people who believe they receive religious messages from a god and then deliver these messages to the others in society. These types of religious virtuosos, he said, have what he called charisma. Charisma for him means something like extraordinary power to inspire or influence others. Religions, he thought, were typically founded by those sorts of people. But after those founders die off, the community must go on in some way. And what they do is they undergo a process of routinization. What formerly was kind of disorganized and spontaneous becomes something that can last longer. So they have to come up with bureaucracies, meetings, routines, rituals, and institutions. They have to undergo this routinization in order to survive long term. This is the only way they can preserve the legacy of the founder or founders. Of course, foremost in his mind here are the traditions of Christianity and probably of Buddhism. The charismatic founder of Christianity would be Jesus, who was a prophet. But after Jesus was gone, they had to come up with all of the other elements of religion that are found in the Catholic, Orthodox, and Protestant wings of Christianity. Similarly, the Buddha would be a religious virtuoso, specifically a mystic and an ascetic. But after he was gone, they had to develop temples, they had to further organize the Sangha, invent a bunch of rituals, and so on. The central function of religion, according to Weber, is to provide meaning in the face of unavoidable and undeserved suffering. Unlike Durkheim, Weber was not hostile to religion. He strove to present religions and religious people as in some way rational. He wanted to understand kind of the inner logic of religion, how it made sense to people, how it provided value to people's lives. Positively, Weber has what are arguably some very useful ideas and concepts. Negatively, it's not clear that there is a really specific theory of religion here. There's no explanation or definition of religion. He does focus on the social aspect of it. Many would argue that while he's doing good history, while he's working hard to explain where religions came from, how religions and religious beliefs and ideas and practices influence the course of human history, many would argue that he doesn't really have a scientific theory. They think that his theory is too theoretical. It's not based on observation, focuses too much on beliefs. In our next segment, the work of anthropologist Victor Turner.